When you were little, did you ever have a liar face? Did you ever have that face where your mom could catch you at something and it was a smirk? You were trying to get away with something and it was really annoying. I had one. It took me a long time to develop a good poker face around my mom. A long time. When I was a little kid, I had such great affection for my mom. Still do. But you also reach that point where you want this little bit of independence. So my mom could give me a look and I would get liar face, this twitch on my face. And sometimes lies with kids are absolutely charming. You know, I was thinking, my daughter hates this story so much, but I love it, so I get to tell it because it's my show and she ain't here. Back in the day, my daughter made a mistake every kid makes. Eventually, someone does this. It's pushing boundaries. She and I were at an art store in West Seattle. We're getting ready to go home and paint this huge mural that she and I were working on. And we still have that somewhere. It was a map of all the places we'd been in Seattle, all the things we'd done together. It was a really cool project. So we went into this art store to buy butcher paper and art supplies. And when we got home, I was tired. She was tired. We'd been up early walking on the beach and then going to the art store. And so I made her lunch and we sat down to watch The Wiggles. And that was some good TV. Man, the Wiggles, we went and saw them in concert once, and Greg Wiggle, he came up to us, right, with his git fiddle. Yeah, Tacoma, Washington, huge concert, bunch of pot smoke. No, it was just the Wiggles. So we're sitting downstairs, and I made her a sandwich. I was eating a sandwich. I'm sitting across from her. She's on the couch. I'm on the little love seat. And my daughter says this as she sits down on the couch. She said, Dad, there's nothing under this cushion. There's nothing under the cushion. What's under the cushion? I made a big mistake. What's under the cushion? She reached into the cushion and she pulled out a chestnut that inside had lip gloss in it. So I wanted to laugh and say, it's so amazing that your conscience did that. I probably should have said that. You know what? You've got a great conscience. You made a mistake. Instead, I said, you stole that? Yes, I made a big mistake. Well, we had her take it back to the store. It was very traumatic for her. And frankly, the lady at the store wasn't that nice. She should have said, thank you for admitting it. But then again, I could have said, thank you for letting your conscience shine through. We're going to get to watching Gavin Newsom giggling about a coup, but we'll get there with a couple of videos to build up to it because it makes the case subtly and nicely. There's a subtle thing that can go on in your body right now. It's called inflammation, and trust me, if you're young, the little bit of inflammation you have now, by the time you're old, it'll add up into limiting your movements. There were days back before I started Native Path Curl, before I started taking this, there were days, for instance, that I would go into the gym and I couldn't do burpees. Now, that's weird for me because I'm a guy who 2 weeks ago at a 91 degree temperature at noon outside did 450 burpees, and they were pretty good burpees. But there were days at the gym I just couldn't do them because of inflammation. Now, not a lot of people run around wanting to do 450 burpees. I get that. I didn't want to do it either, but it was the assignment for the day, so it had to be done. Otherwise, it wouldn't have gotten done. But you have a work life and a family life, and you want these things to not hurt. So Americans have been trained to turn to the ibuprofen. That is the wrong thing. It masks the symptoms and it causes inflammation while it destroys your gut lining and can destroy your liver. So you've been told omega-3s, fish oil doesn't work. Didn't for me, might for you, didn't for me. Krill oil does, specifically Native Path Krill. Here's why. It is 6,000 times more absorbable than vitamin C, 500 times more absorbable than vitamin E. Those are both very powerful antioxidants. It protects your joints and it reduces inflammation. You can go find out the specials they have for you as a member of the podcast family. Go to nativepathkrill.com/Todd. Just a pro tip. The more you buy, the more you save. I just did this yesterday. And the more I bought, the more I saved. I even got free shipping. Go to nativepathkrill.com/Todd and toss the ibuprofen. So let's start with a tiny little clip as we build our way up into watching Gavin Newsom giggling about a coup. Let's just start with some of the people running the White House. This is a guy who's very, very, very well infamous. He's one of the guys who said about the lockdown, it's important that this continue because, the New World Order. He's one of the economic advisors to the people who run Joe Biden, here making a statement to tell you it's not that bad.
Our economy is more resilient to the types of challenges that we faced. For example, with respect to food, we're a net exporter of agricultural commodities, and obviously the high prices are hitting Americans very hard, but they're in a way that is different from some places that are facing famine, for example.
Okay. The good news is very little famine. As you have Americans now saying, wait, we can't afford staple foods, but no famine. It was just this past week that the feds went back into an Amish farmer's farm to seize more of his food. Not one report of illness, not one report of sickness, not one report of rotten meats, but this guy operates outside of their system. The supply chain attacks, the lack of retail ability in the cities like Los Angeles and Seattle, where people can't go buy food because the grocery stores are gone. But there's no famine. Rachel Maddow, remember her? On that program, they effectively admit that Kamala Harris is already running the country. Now, I disagree. I think Barack Hussein Obama, God bless Rush Limbaugh, Susan Rice, and others are running the country. But watch and or listen to this.
The way we're going to make history here is by me becoming president.
Yes.
And I'm going to show you I can be president by the fact that I basically already am president in some ways. I am vice president. I'm doing the work.
Wait, let's hear that just one more time, because I think Rachel Maddow caught herself. Don't you? I think she caught herself saying something that's not to be said in a way that it's not to be said.
The way we're going to make history here is by me becoming president.
Yes.
And I'm going to show you I can be president by the fact that I basically already am president.
Oh, boom! There's Chris Hayes, and he's looking at marrying at that. Here's that lady who screams a lot. Over there, that's Ari Melber. I can't remember the name of the lady there with the red hair and the orangish dress. I'm already president. Wait a minute. What date is it? 28th of September? No, 20th of August. Wait, I thought the figurehead was Joe Biden. So hold on a second. There's been a coup? What? Shouldn't have this been a reality TV show or something that there's been a coup? I mean, there's not really been a coup. Well, let's not get hyperbolic. It's not like there's been a coup. If there's been a coup, someone would say something about it. Someone in the Democratic power structure would say, hey, you know what? That's right. Maureen Dowd said there was a coup. RFK Jr. said there was a coup. His VP pick was named Shanahan. She said there's been a coup. Jill Stein, Green Party candidate, says effectively there's been a coup. Joe Biden said they pushed him out. That's a coup. Investigative reporter Seymour Hersh reported that it was Barack Hussein Obama, God bless Rush Limbaugh, who called Biden to say, hey, it's either the 25th Amendment or you don't run again. That's a coup. So Gavin Newsom is dictator of one of the most, the richest states in terms of the electoral college in the country, and, of course, a beneficiary of more congressional seats due to illegal immigration. So he's on one of those insider chit-chat. We're all friends at the DNC podcast show, and they start talking about the change.
There's an intangible. It's different.
How are you feeling about the switch?
I mean, the switch. Now, we went through a very open process, and a very inclusive process. It was bottom up. I don't know if you know that. Yes, that's what I've been told to say.
Yes, it was a blitz primary, I believe is what they called it.
That's what I've been told to say, laughing, giggling, nervously buttoning his jacket, realizing he has just admitted it. It wasn't open. It wasn't honest. It was a coup. And he catches himself laughing about it. Everyone at the table is laughing about it. This is Pod Save America. The way you save America is you help push a coup, you execute the coup, and then you laugh about it like here in the rest of this clip.
Very, very fast blitz. I think it was a blink primary, so we call that.
A 30-minute convention, between a tweet and another tweet.
It's amazing how it happened.
Yeah, it's been amazing. But what is amazing is how unified everybody is. Yeah.
That is amazing. He's right. It is amazing that Democrats are unified in the wake of a coup. You, and I hate to tell you this, it's okay if I pick this up. You're not a Democrat. If you laugh about coups, you're something. But you're not a Democrat. And I guarantee you may think you're getting away with it, but I'll remind you this. God said, everything whispered in the dark will one day be shouted from the rooftops. You're not a Democrat. And if you're willing to do this to your fellow countrymen, to wag your power over them, to steal, I don't think you're a Christian either. You choose which one matters more. We can talk about it in eternity, that is, if we're in the same place.